Me and my girls don't hang. We work real hard and we deserve to find the things. Been working on myself. It's time to level up. I hit my goal this month. Now it's time to double up. Pull me up. Double cup. Give me a double shot. Drop the top in the beans.
Well, damn, y'all. Welcome back to Happy Hour with Bay, the podcast. Burn, 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 burn. Okay, we a little rusty, y'all. It's been a hot minute since we've recorded, so me and JG got to get back into our groove. But welcome. If you've been following me for a while, you know I'm the queen of the revamp and rebrand. Lord have mercy. Happy Hour with Bay is going to take a different direction. I really tried to make it clean and buttoned up and for empowerment and awareness. And it's still going to be all those things. We're going to come professional. We're going to come clean. But, I feel like I put myself in a very small box with how I wanted the vision to go. So, when your producer tells you your best work is done when you off the cuff, you just got to follow that. So that's what we doing. We not doing no series. We not doing no seasons. The episodes will drop when the episodes drop. I mean, I'm going to try to be on a consistent basis, but we're not going to try to do a whole series and fuck it. If the guests come, the guests come. Okay. So to start off, it is now October. It is spooky season. So we have to start with some horror date stories and horror dating life, because it's spooky out here in these damn streets.
It is.
So my first guest, as we come back, is Miss Tay Tay, Tay and Bay in the building.
Hey.
Introduce yourself for the people.
Okay, hey everybody, I am Taylor. Some people call me Tay, some people call me Tay Tay, but I am just, to me, Taylor.
Period. Now, how professional do you want to get? Do you want us to talk about what you actually do for a living?
No. So I like how you said with the rebranding and revamping. I want to just be able to just be me.
Period.
Yeah, I think a lot of people look at me in a professional lens, and it's I am a professional, but I am also just a human being.
Period.
I don't think people get to experience me that way. So I'm really excited about this podcast because I'm damn, she's a regular schmegler Eastside hood.
Listen. This show is for the multifaceted girls. This is for the girl, and when I say girls, that's a gender neutral term.
Yes.
This is for the multifaceted girls, the girls who get the 6-figure deals and above, but still be popping pussy when they get home or with a man, whatever, in these streets, twerking on the headlights. Okay, this is who this podcast is for.
Period.
So again, we are doing some horror dating stories because it is October. It is the season of spook, and these dating streets are the spookiest this time around. I don't know what the pandemic did to really switch it up on us, but my girl Tay has some stories for us.
Yes.
So if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I am 29.
29. Okay. Yeah. Gang. Okay. Gang.
I will be 30 next year.
Amen. Blessed and highly favored to see that.
Amen.
Because I'm really hoping that the spookiness runs off the stroke of midnight on our 30th birthdays. But I think God got a really bad sense of humor, and I don't know if it's going to happen like that.
I'm hoping when the clock strike 12 on January 1, 23, something, break in the atmosphere, and I'm able to just walk into my blessing,
I hope my husband is right around the corner.
Yes, I deserve that.
I do. We both do.
Period.
Yes.
I'm tired of looking.
Listen, and most people be like, oh, I'm 29, my biological clock is ticking. I really don't even care about that.
You don't?
Not a lot.
So I kind of do.
Okay.
I want to be like that cool PTA mom. I don't want my bones to be aching or nothing like that.
Oh, absolutely. I think my bones are going to ache regardless because they ache now. So, people well, I don't want to be the 40-year-old mom. Baby, my body going to be hurting either way.
I do think I'm probably going to be the oldest parent in the PTA.
Oh, dead ass.
At this point.
Dead
but
ass.
I don't want to be the oldest, oldest. Like, I'm gonna be the oldest, but like, you know,
I'm gonna be the oldest, but I'm gonna be the finest.
Period.
Okay.
Period.
Let's make that very abundantly
I want to
clear.
be old, like, oh, she got an old mama, but I don't be like, damn, she got a grandma for a mama. I don't want that for me or my kids. They don't deserve that.
Right.
I don't want to be salt and pepper.
Yeah, like my mom had me at 37, but I was the youngest kid.
Okay.
So
that's different.
I don't know if I want to start at 37.
Exactly. Like my auntie Wanda had her last baby at 54, and she looked good.
I know you lying to me.
I'm not. She had Andrew at 54, but she had 3 other kids before Andrew, and so it was kind of like it worked out.
She got them Halle Berry, Janet Jackson doctors.
She did it. She pop locked and dropped it and opened it wide.
Wow. Did she have medicine and all that?
No, she just pushed Andrew out.
She get vegan or something?
No.
She got superpowers?
Got to. She
got
must
to.
Be clinking on a regular.
Listen.
Uncle Thurl.
Oh, what's Uncle's name?
Uncle Thurl. For real.
How old is Uncle Thurl?
I don't know. Uncle Thurl look good too.
Because he got to at least be 70.
No, Uncle Thurl no, he probably 70 now.
That's a good down
because
home.
Andrew is 18 or 19 now. He just graduated from the Air Force. So yeah, they're probably in their 70s. But they look really good.
Cannot imagine starting over. Like an infant.
Well, Sarah, her middle child, or the one that's over Andrew, I think was about 5 or 6 when Andrew was born. So she wasn't necessarily starting over because she still had a young child in the house.
And how old is the other one?
The oldest, she has I don't know how old Dominique is. There's one over Dominique. He's definitely in his 30s. Dominique maybe between 32 and 35. Sarah is maybe 22, 23, and Andrew is 18, 19. Wait, I don't know if that math is correct.
I'm going to put the rest of my tequila in this. Because that just stressed me
Sarah
the fuck out.
might be 23, and Andrew is 18 or 19, yeah. Yeah, because he graduated from high school last year. So he got to be 19.
Does Uncle Thurl have a vasectomy now? Because
Oh, no. I mean, I don't really know. But they're like, I won't say they're, you know how like the daggers are, what are they, Catholic?
Yes, the people that was like 26 kids and something. Yeah.
I don't think, I think Auntie Wanda and Uncle Thurl are like Church of Christ. Not necessarily Catholic, but not
They belong to the same church as Nick Cannon.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I swear to God, I think Nick Cannon it's gonna be a documentary on Netflix in like the next 5 years that say he was part of the Church of the Latter-day Saints.
So it's something like that.
Yeah.
It's definitely something like that. Where I don't think they like believe in it. But they have, they chilling.
Yeah, the Catholics, they don't believe
I knew it
in birth
wasn't
control.
Catholic. So it could be like Latter-day Saints or Seventh-day Adventists or something like that, or Church of Christ.
Go first, or you want me to like go in first and like ease into it?
You can go first.
Okay.
Yep.
So, which one should I tell? I'll tell the story about the guy. Well, it's actually 2 guys whose voices I didn't like. I'm a very
you didn't like their voices,
Taylor. I'm a very audible person.
Non-judgment zone, so I can't judge you. Okay.
I mean, you could judge me.
Okay.
You want to judge me because I didn't like their voices?
Yes, I am.
Why? Because
you blocking your blessings. How can you want God to do something for you, but then you mad at the small stuff?
That's a very big thing. I'm a very like audible person. Like, okay, so let me tell the story. You're gonna agree with me with the first one. The second one, I'm a little petty. Okay. But this first one, you're gonna be like,
well, actually, hold on. I'm gonna wind that back in.
Okay.
Because I just finished reading this book called The Man God Has for You. And the very first chapter is about looks and attraction. So you weren't attracted to him, so that's not the man God has for you. Okay, so I'm winding that back in. So never mind.
Listen.
I'm on your side.
Period.
Go ahead.
Not that I wish I had a gavel. Okay, so I was talking to this guy, the chemistry was really, real cool. Like, tall, chocolate. So the attraction was there. That's okay. And listen.
With a thick neck? Did he have a thick neck?
He did. He was a little thick.
I like him like that.
He didn't look like he would be like, ooh, if I ran into him, it would feel like a wall, like I ran into a wall, because that's what I really like, you know what I'm saying?
Like big and stocky.
Like, boom, yeah.
A good one.
I like me a good corn-fed motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I digress. So, you know, we meet, we're talking, you know, we like subtweeting on Twitter, all of that real cute shit, you know? So we finally decide to like go out, and I think the first time we were supposed to go out, I can't remember what happened, but we didn't end up meeting up. I think it was probably like a scheduling conflict on my end.
Okay.
Then the second time around, we were supposed to go to a restaurant. And on my way to the restaurant, I'm like, damn, I never heard this man's voice. Like, I don't know what he sounds like. It's not like I'm being catfished. I know he's a real person because we have mutual friends. So I'm on the way driving to the restaurant. I'm just like so nervous. I'm so nervous because, again, I'm a very audible person. Like, if I don't like how you sound, it's
gonna turn you off.
It's gonna turn me completely off.
Your girl ain't gonna do nothing.
It's not even about my girl. It's just about my brain. You know what I'm saying? My brain is gonna be like, cut it. So I stop at a red light, and I'm like, okay, let me just go to his Instagram real quick and find the video. Girl, you know how, okay, how do I describe this? It sounded like he's one of those people that get the white corners in their mouth.
So he thirsty.
Yeah.
So he needed water.
Definitely. It was giving peanut butter on the roof of the mouth. And I could just tell, like, the spit be coming up in the corners of his mouth. So not only was it an audible thing, but it was going to be a visual thing as well.
And a hygiene thing. And a health thing.
Yeah.
Because why you not drinking water?
I mean, he could very well, but I think he just had, like, a really big mouth. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And
they have speech therapy. You're a grown man. You got health insurance.
Did you tell him he got a speech therapy?
Yes, because why you got spit no.
He got dry mouth.
Ugh.
They do got mouthwash for that.
They do?
I think so.
Okay, everybody listen up. They got mouthwash for dry mouth.
Yeah, I think you can like handle that, and then you gotta make sure like you like scrape your tongue and stuff, get the germs and the bacteria off the back. And you gotta get all the way in the back, y'all. All the way in the back. I know some people got bad gag reflexes, but the toothbrushes got it out. They got the tongue scrapers on the back. Flip that motherfucker over and get back there, okay?
Oh my God, I would have been disturbed.
I was very disturbed, and so like by the time we got to the restaurant, I think God was working in my favor because the restaurant had closed early. And so he was like, well, we could go somewhere else. And I was just like, you know, I'm really tired. We can just like reschedule for another time. And I went home.
You did that?
Yeah, I did.
See, I'm a punk because I would have probably been like, okay, where would you like to go? And then call my best friend and complained about it all the way there.
I complained to my best friend when I went back on my way back home for sure.
Yep,
but yeah, it was just, I can't do that. I really can't do that because even with myself, like I do my best not to be like smacking and popping while I'm recording because it's just nasty. Like I don't like when, like some men know how to nibble on the ear, but if it sounds like you just sloshing around up there,
it's nasty.
You can stop everything you're doing, put your clothes back on, and exit stage left, please.
Oh,
and thank you. Yes. Yeah. So.
Oh, and so you never called them again?
Well, you know, things, we were just always not on the right schedule with things. Like, I did try to give him, I tried to give him a chance. I said, you know, I'm being real petty, God. Let me give this man a chance. He's still a nice guy, still a great guy. Again, the chemistry was there. Couple months ago, I see a person that, you know, I had met via Instagram, really cool girl. I'm like, oh, she's pregnant. Like, oh, congratulations. Then I see the baby shower pictures. Guess on the baby shower picture?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But it's okay. But that's okay. He was not mine. He was meant to be for someone else.
But how you know the time? Like, he wasn't already
Well, I don't know what the timeline is, but I just was like, thank God this didn't work out because, yeah, you know, maybe that is his happy ending. I was just glad that he got to that place because, you know, good for him. It didn't work out between me and him because he's meant for someone else.
Period.
Amen. Hallelujah.
And maybe you was just in a blockade for him to
exactly.
go
I was
back to where
blocking
he was.
his blessing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, and that's why the schedule never worked out. Amen. Hallelujah.
See, God knew.
So that was Bad Voice number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Voice number 2 really broke my heart because
not Bad Voice.
Bad Voice. So this was a man that I had met in college, and in college I was in a relationship. So, you know, I was the good girl. Was never have cheated in my life.
It's our prime. Because when the good girls, it's time for us to go bad.
Well, honey, I've been very bad.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
But I'm just saying, when I'm in a relationship, I'm committed.
For sure.
You know, 10 toes down in my shit.
That's the earth sign, and that's what keep people.
You know, I'm loyal through and through. So, you know, I see my college crush out one time, and I'm like,
wait,
oh,
hold
no.
on. So you had a crush?
You could have a crush and be in a relationship.
You're cheating.
How am I cheating?
Go ahead.
I just thought this man was attractive. It never went nowhere.
Mentally, it was cheating. You was technically probably already checked out a relationship. But
I had a crush on him before I got into a relationship with my boyfriend, and the crush just kind of continued because we both worked in the athletics department, so I would see him all the time. But I never acted on it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know the nigga name until we broke up, and I saw him.
That's fair. Okay.
So see again, good girl, gang. So I meet him at a party. And I was probably under the influence, or it was just too loud that I didn't hear his voice the first time around. So we exchanged numbers, we're talking, we're kicking it again. Chocolate man. And I mean chocolate, okay?
Beautiful. Dark chocolate.
Love him. I think he was from like Australia or something like that.
His skin probably had a glow to it.
Girl, shining.
Oh.
Shining, yeah. Beautiful man. Gorgeous man. So we eventually hook up for a date. He had took me out. I was supposed to go to a convention, but it got flooded out or whatever. So he was like, oh, you know, I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me take you out and try to cheer you up. I said, oh, he working overtime. All right, let's go. So we get to the bar, and I like a man with a nice deep rasp in his voice. Like I want to think like your vocal cords are vibrating every time you say something. You know what I'm saying? That's the honeypot right there. This man sounded like Steve Urkel.
Oh no!
Very high pitched. Well, I won't say very high pitched, but it was a little higher than I had expected.
Like he hadn't hit puberty or just high?
Like he was in the middle of puberty.
Oh, no.
Yes. And throughout the date, he is just like, I mean, maybe he was nervous. I don't know. But he was just talking and talking and talking and talking. So not only am I not able to get a word in conversation-wise, I have to continuously hear your voice. And I don't like it. So I sat there. I was polite. I made it through the end of the day. And he walks me to the car. And I'm like, Lord, please don't let this man try to kiss me. Girl, I turned around. This nigga's in my face. And I try to go in for the hug. This man plants one on my mouth. Like, you know how like kissing's supposed to be like real romantic and sensual. You're like, your eyes are closed. My eyes was like.
You staring right at him. Like, get your lips off.
I'm like, he is into it too.
Ugh. Go away.
He was into it, honey. And I was just like,
yeah.
Lord, I don't believe in ghosting, but I think this is just going to have to be the best route for us. So,
Eek.
Yeah.
Do you think that ghosting is a form of communication? I've seen that conversation
absolutely
on
not.
Twitter.
It's childish as hell.
You think it's childish? Okay.
It's childish as hell.
I just seen the conversation on Twitter. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, no, I would never. I think that's the only time I've ever ghosted someone. Uh-oh.
Somebody went in the wrong direction.
Clearly. She said, fuck that man. Anyway, yeah, no, I think that's really the only time I've ever ghosted someone. But even if I'm not giving someone a very specific reason as to why, you know, I'm not interested in pursuing things with them, I'm always going to let somebody know, like, hey, you know, I'm just not feeling a vibe between us right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and I have to really like stop saying right now because it leaves the door open.
For sure.
And if the door is closed, the door is closed. Honey.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
That's important.
Very important.
When you say like right now, and then we leave space and opportunity for people to feel like they're still a
to
chance.
to circle the block.
Yes. And as women, we don't like when men do that to us, so we should reciprocate.
Gotta be honest. Yeah. Like I'm never gonna be like it sound like you got spit in the corners of your mouth.
I think that's okay to say that. Like, cause that's just like you got a lot of saliva built up. You're excited. Relax. For real. I
don't know if I could tell someone that.
I would just tell them relax. Like, you good? Ask them, you good? You nervous? What's going on?
I'm hollering. But yes, y'all, do not be childish. Communicate. Tell somebody you're not feeling them or you don't like them. And move on, you know?
I'm glad you said communicate. I think while it ended up in my first bad predicament was about communication. Mm-hmm. I think that's all we had. And
so let's get into that. What's the first situation? Because I know of two. But which one? Are we going in chronological order or like worse order?
That probably was worse. So it'll be chronological and worse.
Depression is getting worse.
So my first bad dating experience was I was an idiot, an East Side hood rat for real. I could call myself. Oh, this is. You know when they be like,
it's okay, don't feel to yourself.
That Instagram post when they be like, oh, did your man pay for your nails? And it's just no, he in jail. That was me. So I was dating this guy who is still currently fighting a case. The one person that I go to for all type of advice, I'll say her name is Janae. Literally, her Instagram name is just Ask Janae. I will always ask her about anything. I still ask her about anything when I'm making like a real life altering decision. Mm-hmm. And she had said it was a bad idea. I mean, anybody would say that that's a bad idea, but I mean, I knew it was a bad idea, but I also felt like this was my friend, so I wanted to help him. So when I got
not you trying to be a fixer-upper, sister.
A fixer-upper, yes. So we had first started kicking it when his conviction got overturned, and I just wanted to make sure he was like pointed in the right direction. So his conviction was overturned.
Wait a minute. Y'all started kicking it while he was in jail.
Yes. So we were, no. So so this was like my high school sweetheart. Oh. So we were always like cool. We did lose touch, yes, because I went to college, he went to jail. It was like that type of thing. That's how that went. Like he
went to jail right out of high school, or like a couple years later.
A couple years later, okay. Like he was in and out of jail.
Oh,
but now he in jail. Like he had went to prison. So his conviction had got overturned, and so he was like released, and then they had reissued the charges as if the incident had just happened. And so if the incident just happened, then you're getting arrested, and now you're arrested without bond. And so he ended up like back in jail. And so remanded back to jail. So in this process, I'm still trying to, kick it like, we're reconnecting. Everything is cool.
You trying to hold him down.
Yeah, like
trying to be a down ass bitch.
But as a friend. And then like it wasn't, because at the time I couldn't see myself like loving him that way. But again, what we're missing or lacking like with the free man is communication. Like they're always busy or they're always doing something. And I'm still a firm believer that a person is going to like make time for what they want.
Oh, that is.
And if you're not making time for me, then I'm really not what you want. Even if it's just like a, hey, good morning, or how you doing, or no, I can't spend time with you all day, but we can go to the movies, or we can go to dinner, or
right.
We can spend a couple hours. We can do something.
You're going to have a block of time for me.
But not to have no time for me is you're not interested, and I can't chase that. But what this particular guy had was time, and it was because that's literally all he had to offer, and communication. And it wasn't physical, but it was like, I think mental and emotional and spiritual. It was just, the connection was there. It was strong. Yeah, so I was like, cleaning my house one day, and I was listening to Brandy's Never Say Never album.
Oh,
and
girl, you was in your emotions.
I was in my emotions. I love that album.
You was in the fields.
In my fields. I was sweeping, vacuuming my hardwood floors. For real. Just in my fields. And so a song came on, and I was like, dang, I really feel this way about put that on everything. Came on, and I was like, dang, I feel this way about him. So I had sent him the song, and so he was like, yeah, that's tight. I'm like, yeah, I really like that song, blah blah blah. And so he was like, can I ask you something? I'm like, yeah, we only got 15 minutes because you know the calls are time. Like, and I'm not putting no more money on the phone today, so what's up? So he's like, I'm tweaking. And when he said it, I'm like, dang, that's the perfect word to describe how I'm feeling right now, like tweaking. And so he was like, I love you. And I was like, and it was so natural for me to say I love him back. And I did. And today I could still say like I love him. Like I'm not in love with him, but I love him. Like
care for him.
I care for him for
like
sure.
If he died, you would be at the funeral crying.
No. Because I don't fuck with his family.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But actually, I can still probably touch on that in this whole thing. So, we went steady for a minute, and it wasn't like, obviously we couldn't be intimate because he's incarcerated and I'm free. But like,
and I'm free is sending me. I'm sorry.
For real, I'm free.
Like I said, I got my freedom papers. Okay, I don't know about you,
but no. And it was like I knew that I like. And how people say, well, how can a relationship work and blah, blah, blah. I'm not defending it by any means because I don't think that's smart to hold a man down if they have more than 3 years. That's just not smart. Like you
said you're not coming Sheree?
Ain't.
Not she by Sheree?
Not, what was her name? Phaedra either. Because Apollo had 8 years.
I think Phaedra divorced him though.
She did, but
she divorced him before.
Yanni and Mendices.
Oh, girl.
I mean, that's different because they had kids, something to keep them bound, but they do.
You can successfully co-parent.
You can. So that's not gonna be my testimony. Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. But I think that he gave me the attention that I needed, and he was somebody I was able to talk to. That was my friend. It was something that I had, and I knew that he couldn't necessarily give his attention to anybody else because he was in solitary for a minute. So you only get an hour out a day. So if he on the phone with me for 45 minutes, that other 15 minutes is probably going to his mom, his sister, or his brother, or his niece and nephew. So it was like definitely
this man committed a crime.
Yeah, he did. But how people say, like, how can it work? Because when you do have that connection with somebody, you don't have the desire to look elsewhere. And I think that's where loyalty comes in, like, because that person is, like, fulfilling your needs. I think it was, I don't know who has this chart of hierarchy of needs, but where
Maslow, something like that. Y'all can look it up. Y'all know.
Yeah, so it's like 7. It's like the hierarchy of needs, and it's like 7 different levels. Where he met me at was family. Like he wasn't here, but his family was around, and so he gave me family. Like I had like my basic needs were met. I had security and something else, but what I don't really have is family. Right. And so he offered me that. Like his family was like super tight. His brother's ex-wife, me and her, that's still my homegirl. She was just at my house last weekend. Wow. Yeah, like that's my girl. She don't mess with his family no more. But
your ex's brother's ex, and that's crazy.
Yeah, we tight. Like I call her kids like my niece and nephew. I buy them Christmas presents. They, she was just at my house last weekend kicking it. They like he gave me that because I'm not cool really or tight with my family. I don't communicate with them, so that's where he met me at as far as like my needs, and so that's how that relationship was able to like sustain. We had got into like a disagreement about something. He began to be like very disrespectful and like possessive. But again, you're in jail. I'm free. Like you can't ask me like where I've been or where I'm going or why I'm not answering the phone. I have to work. I can't answer your call, or you can't think that you can come out when your hour out at 8 or 9 in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm gonna just be free when I work like a 9 to 5. Like that's just not gonna work. Yeah, it's not how it works. So he began to get like irritable about that. And then he had made a comment about that he's not missing out on anything by not having me in his life. And so I was like, okay, bet.
Which is wild because
again,
y'all spending, I'm assuming that you guys are on the phone like almost every day for a significant amount of time for him.
Yeah. And that's a significant amount of time for him when you could be doing other things. So you are missing out on something because who else is giving you this attention but me, a fool? And they're not, like a fool. And so I had kind of cut it off or whatever. And then my homegirl passed away, and I didn't want him to see it on the news. And so in jail, like they had this, because he's in the county, they had like this texting app called GTL. And so I had deleted that
before.
Yeah, so it's just like JPay, but on the jail version. So I deleted the app off my phone because I wasn't kicking it with him, and I downloaded it again so I could let him know that she passed away, because I didn't want him to find out on the news. And it was something that I wanted him to know, because she was actually the person who told me that he got in trouble anyway. I was finna go to her house, and I'm like, I can say this because it don't matter. But I said, Taryn, I'm not walking over there because it's a killer on the loose. So she like, a killer? She said, girl, that's, such and such.
Wait
she
a
was
minute.
like, you can come over here.
Wait.
Yeah, I went on a run. So it was a whole thing.
Wait.
Yes.
Were they neighbors?
No, the crime happened at the park next door to her house. And so, yes.
And she like, girl, it ain't no thing. You know him.
Yes.
He won't hurt you.
Yes.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh my God. So she was like, come on. So I went over there. Because she was still at work. It was just a whole thing. So that's just something that we laugh about, because she was just so nonchalant about it. And
wait a minute, she wasn't even in her house?
No, she wasn't there. She told me to like meet her there, and I'm like, I'm scared because
right, you don't want to be sitting outside because there's a killer on the loose.
She told me like, but she gonna be there at the time that by the time I get there, she gonna be there. So I'm like, it's a killer on the loose. She's like, girl, that ain't nobody. And so we just laugh at it because he was just like, dang, it just, we knew that he's not harmful. And so we just laughed at it. So I wanted him to know that she was gone. And so he was just like checking on me, making sure I'm good. He wanted to know what happened, like what channel everything was on. So we kicked it for a minute. But again, I hadn't talked to him in a very long time after you said you're not missing out on anything. I don't have anything else to communicate with you about, really. But the relationship had already fizzed out because so let me go back. I jumped over about the hierarchy of needs. Yes. So I got into it I didn't really get into it. No, I guess I did, with his family. So, yes. So, and I didn't even know I had got into it with them until I had got into it with them, because
I'm hollering.
I'm like, how you said, like, you wouldn't really tell the person that they had like the white stuff around their mouth. I feel like I would, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Yes. And sometimes my tone and delivery isn't the best, but that's something I'm working on, and that's something I know about me. So give me grace, period. So, his mama was gonna be on the news about his case. And I didn't want to be on the news about his case because of the work that I do, one. And two, my wig lace was dirty. And
wait a minute. Your wig lace was dirty?
Yes, I didn't have time to like scrub it.
I was about to ask you, you didn't have time to refresh.
No, it was like we had an hour, and you wasn't finna catch me. No.
I think that's the main reason why you didn't want to do it. Don't even bring work into it.
Oh, work is a very big deal, but the wig lace was like number one. Yeah. Like, if I'm going to hold you down, at least I can look like a bad
I got to look good,
Yeah, like, I got to look my best.
Like,
and
you know how the drug dealer wives be looking?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to come like that if I'm and you got this type of crime on your back. Yeah. No, I can't. So, couldn't do that. So, I didn't, so she told me like she needed like support and like what to say or whatever. So I was like, okay. And I'm a person that they would consider a white girl. And this is another thing that I've gotten into it with them about. They will call me a white girl or I talk proper, but I know how to just because I know how to string a sentence together. That don't have shit to do with me, but that has everything to do.
Everything to the child. So, listen, my man got to come with some education. And everybody got to at least get through high school, okay?
So, and that was asking for a lot for them. Yeah. So,
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you real quick, but fuck George Bush and that whole No Child Left Behind. George Bush gonna go to hell for a lot of things, but
you don't think he gonna get redemption?
Absolutely, the fuck no. All these idiots running around. No, the devil gonna see a list of crimes he committed against humanity. It's gonna be No Child Left Behind. The shit he started in Afghanistan.
To avenge his daddy.
The way he did the people in Katrina, and I'm pretty sure it's a whole list of other things. But number one is gonna be No Child Left Behind.
That is so funny.
But yes, I'm sorry. I had to get on that rant a little bit.
Probably agree with you with that. No, but for real. So they yeah, so I was trying to tell her what to say, but the camera people end up coming inside of her house. So I went to the back room because I didn't know if they was going to do like an aerial view of the living room or what, but I just did not want to get caught up. So me and his best friend girlfriend went into the back room. Yeah, his best friend was there and he brought his girlfriend. So me and her went into the back room, so we chilling, blah, blah, blah. And so we go out there. So we go in the room, the camera's over. The camera crew leave. I come out there. So his stepdad like, why you ain't come out here? And I was like, because I said I didn't want to be on camera, you know? And so it's me, the best friend girlfriend, his cousin, and his mama. We all that's left in the living room.
Okay.
So the stepdaddy sitting where you at for me.
Okay.
And his cousin sitting right there. The best friend girlfriend sitting behind me. So I'm looking at him like, because I just didn't want to be on camera. So then she asking me all of this. The mom is asking me all of these other questions about what she should say to the prosecutor. So I said, well, I expressed to him X, Y, and Z. Like, these are the things he should say. These are the things that he should share. If he's not happy with his case or his lawyer or anything that's going on, these are the things that he should say. So the stepdaddy says again, well, why you ain't say that? I said, because it's not my place. I told him, and it's his job to vocalize,
to advocate for himself. Yeah.
Yes. So that's all I said. And so I leave. The best friend end up leaving. The best friend girlfriend leave. His cousin's still sitting right there. The stepdaddy still sitting where you at. And his mama's still sitting like right here in the wall. So I go to Target, and I forgot why I called his mom. I called her about something. Maybe I think to see if she wanted something at Target. I don't know. But she ain't answer. She texted me, said, I'll call you right back. The news calling me. So I was like, all right, cool. So not even 2 minutes after she sent that text message, I get a long text message from his sister talking about, and I probably still got it. I'm sure I still got it in my phone, talking about just because you and my brother got a situation don't mean you deal with you don't got to deal with my mama, you don't got to deal with my daddy, all of this other junk, talking about yeah, just talking about you can I don't know what you got going on with your family, but you ain't gonna disrespect my people over here, period, or some other shit.
Because I didn't want to be on camera.
Okay, so
I expressed that beforehand.
Yes. So our locations were shared with each other because me and her I was tight with the whole family. So the location it said X, Y, and Z stopped sharing their location with you. So I
thought you was finna pull up on her.
No.
Okay.
So it said she stopped sharing her location with me. So when I go to respond, the message turned green. So I'm like, she blocked me. So she's I can't say what I said to her because I don't want anybody to take offense to it. So I'm just going to beep 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 beep. So I'll tell you offline.
Yes, please.
But I wasn't I meant that, but I don't want anybody to be like offended by it.
Yeah.
So I said what I said to her, but I was blocked. And then I was in a family group chat with them, and it was like 18 other people in the family. So I left the family group chat and everything. So
not y'all in the family group chat.
yeah, so he met me in my hierarchy of needs. So he gave me family. So I left that group chat and I said, the hell with all of y'all. And so then his sister-in-law texted me like, what's going on? I said, yo, sister is messy. She just always keeping a mess. I don't have time for that. So.
And it's the sister-in-law that you're still cool with.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she was like, yeah, I understand. She said, but, give it a chance. She's only one person. I said, look, all of y'all.
All of them.
You too. Because.
Okay, everybody catching the smoke.
Everybody. So she was like, you don't got to do that to me. And so she was like, and I still hope to see you at my baby birthday party or whatever. My kids love you, whatever. I was like, I ain't going to be there. And I wasn't because I ended up going to Chicago. But I sent the gift.
Okay.
So.
Don't do the kids like that. They don't deserve it.
They could have got it too. But I love them now. Everything is cool. And so she
not the kids catching the fade too.
They is. So that's how we trickle down. So fast forward to my friend passed away. So we kicking in, and nothing is the same anymore because you took away that need that was being met. And so now I was like, I don't really need you. And I was playing myself, putting money on the phone. Was
you putting money on his books too?
So yes. Like, not necessarily putting money on his books because his account was sued. So, like, when you awaiting trial, you are at a deficit. It costs about, I know at least at Macomb County, it costs $21 to $28 a day for like your room and plus $10 to $15 per item you use. So you can easily be spending like $140 a day. And so the debt that he's accrued while awaiting trial,
because he been in there for
it's about like days, $40,000+. So you can't necessarily put money on his books. You can. It just depends on if you work out a plan. But because he had got in trouble when he was a teen, he had acquired previous debt that they added on. Damn. So your account is sued.
The prison system ain't shit.
Yeah, it's not. So I couldn't necessarily put money on his books, but like if he wanted to order like a pack of like a coffee pack or something like that, I would get them like once a month, and that's only like $40. But
Boo couldn't even get him a little K-pop.
No, he can't get shit from me. But hope and a prayer. He can't even get Earl Stevens.
You ready for a refill?
Yes.
Okay.
So. So that was that. And so now thank you. I don't talk to him anymore. And it was just like, when in hindsight, I was such a fool. And I would like, guys would like try to talk to me. I'm like, no, I'm in a relationship, a dummy. Because I was
were y'all like officially in a relationship?
Yeah, so we did officially, get in a relationship, and I was like super loyal. Didn't have eyes for anybody else because my needs were being met. And I just felt fulfilled. But I hadn't talked to him for a while. So those, and I've been dating other people in between us, the halt in our communication. So there's nothing there. And then I, once I kind of got over my initial shock of my friend passing away, I didn't want to, he just was constantly asking me like, how am I doing? How is her son? And just asking me all of these things that I didn't really have the answers for at the moment. So, or I just didn't want to keep facing every day. Yeah. So I deleted the app. And I told him that if he wanted to talk to me, he could call me. And I haven't put money on my phone since like last November. And so I said if he wanted to communicate with me, he would put money on his end and call me. Until you do that, you don't really want to talk to me. That's how I feel. So I deleted the app. And again, if you want to reach me, you will call me. I have not gotten a call from you, so you don't really want to talk to me.
Baby girl knew exactly what she was doing.
Yeah. So
he ain't got no money to call you.
Yes, he do. He can figure. He got a mama.
You right. I forgot about her.
Yeah, he got a mama. You got family.
But she don't like you.
She don't like that. She don't like who I am. She doesn't.
White, apparently.
Right.
Allegedly.
Right. Yes, they don't like what I am. But if I had my wig coming down to my eyebrows and it didn't have my lace plucked, she'll love me. But edit that out. That wasn't nice.
No, we keeping that in. Hell no, we keeping that in. They don't know who you talking about.
So it would just be different. You would fuck with me different. I'm in it there. So, Yeah, they would fuck with me different if I came in a different form.
Yeah.
So,
which is wild because you will, not to say that if you were the type of person to wear your lace down to your eyebrows, and it wasn't plucked, you know, it wouldn't mean that you couldn't elevate their son's life. But it's very clear that they went to you for like legal advice and, you know, knew you could you could help him be in a better position. And so it's just like, why would you not want that for your son? But
right. So, and initially she was just like, I was the best thing that ever happened to him. And like, I was an angel. I'm like, I know this. But when I started being who I am in totality, it was like, whoa, we like you like this. But, you know, I guess they were thinking it was going to be a switch off. But I am a consistent person.
And that's what it is.
And so they're just, you know, some people can't handle it. And that's cool. And I'm a straight shooter. And sometimes, you know, I can put my clip up, you know, but it's always on reload. Okay. It's automatic.
Wow.
So they wasn't really feeling that. So I had downloaded the app to like just check on them. It was either, what's today? Tuesday? Sunday night. I'm like, because he hasn't called, you know, and usually.
Girl,
like,
you was in love.
I was in love. So, in love. So I downloaded to see, like, is he alive, you know, what's going on? Because he has not called. And my girl been gone for 2 months now, so it's like, okay, like, what's going on? So, the message, I had an unread message, and it said, are you being a weirdo? Or are you going through something? I asked you for $50 and you ain't responded. He asked me for $50 like 3 weeks ago that I just seen. But because I had deleted the app, so I was like, rewind. Didn't you say you're not missing out on nothing by not having me in your life?
Please tell me you ain't sending that money.
No, I deleted the app again and said, you know.
All right.
So that's
Thank
it.
God.
So there's no rekindling that.
It doesn't sound like
that was a
needs
horror.
To be rekindled.
I spent a lot of money on the phone.
You said we don't got many phones no more.
I'm pretty sure I spent the PPP.
How long were you all in communication?
A long time, girl.
Like how many years?
So for like since he's been awaiting like his conviction was overturned in August of 2019. August.
Yeah, you might have spent a PPP long.
I want to say August 27th. No. His conviction was overturned August 8th or something like that.
I was like, not my birthday, girl.
August 8th. But August 27th was when he was remanded back to the jail.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was having a great time August 27th, 2019, child.
Ooh. I was too. And then I
fell in love.
So,
hate that. I mean, hate that for you because obviously, you know.
Yeah. But he taught me a lot. You know, I think what I will say I learned from that, while as traumatic as it was, I think initially I loved him more than I love myself.
Oh, we can't do that.
You can't. You like absolutely cannot. And so at the end of it, I realized like, dang, I love me more. So I will never, I told the guy that I'm dating now that I will never love somebody the way I loved him, and I'm going to always love me more than I love any man.
And let's keep it at that.
Yeah, and so that's the lesson I got out of it. Okay,
so this guy you are dating now, is he the second story?
Yes. Yes, and I'm still a fool. I never said I wasn't a fool. Never said I wasn't a fool. I'm just not a fool with a jailbait.
Okay, so there's some growth. Mm-hmm. Okay, at least this person has.
I haven't made it up the hill, but I'm, you know.
You on your way.
I'm on my way.
You know, a very wise man once told me, and people who were in this summer program with me are going to be mad that I'm using this quote.
Oh, no.
But the road to success is never a straight shot, you know. You ain't just going right up the hill. You got to go up. You got some peaks and some valleys. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my math core family.
I'm going to say, did you go to this summer camp and you felt like you was at like a fat camp?
No.
Okay. That church on the corner on Mac and 75.
Oh.
I felt like it was a fat camp.
Oh, no.
And my mama sent me to, yeah. But they had lots of peaks and valleys that we had to run.
Okay, you was running literal peaks and valleys. I meant metaphorical.
No, that's why I was like, hold on. Well, because you said camp. I was like, hold on. Was we at the same camp?
No.
Okay,
no.
I was on the orange team, and it was traumatic. That was the year of the blackout. I'd never forget.
I'm hollering. You have lived a life, Taylor.
I have. That's why I'm like, I tell people it's more than me than like policy. Like
The multifaceted growth,
Yeah.
okay?
so
We turned our trauma into comedy, honey.
because it's laughable.
This point.
It's laughable.
At this point. Okay, so let's get into this next peak and valley that we are entering.
We're gonna call him Fiance Bay. So Fiance Bay is actually
Now you need to when you say fiance bae, you need to flash your left hand so we can so the people at home can understand.
so this is my left hand, yes. So
No, flash it so they can see that there's he's ain't your
nothing
fiance.
here. He's not my fiance. Fiance Bay had a fiance. That was not me.
Okay. Spooky times ahead. Proceed with caution.
So Fiance Bay was and is my contractor. So it's so messy.
For your house?
Yes. So gotta get how you live. So
I mean that's real convenient because that means he's there often. So
no,
oh Lord,
only like when I need stuff. Like so, no. So I met Fiance Bay. Did I meet him in 2019? No, I met him in 2020. I wanted my fireplace redone, and one of my homegirls at the time, cousin or friend, whoever she was like into contracting and like flipping houses. And so she came over, and so she had like painted my fireplace, and so she said that she was going to have this other guy, she was going to subcontract to this other guy to do the tile work at the base of my fireplace because she didn't have time to come back, and she like apologized and was like, it was cool, I didn't owe no more, you know, she was just gonna, whatever I pay her, she was just gonna, you know, send it over to him. So I was like, cool. He came over. He was really nice. And so I told him, like, well, I want my entryway, you know, redone too. And so, no, actually, I take that back. The entryway, she could finish the fireplace, but she couldn't do the entryway. Like, she wasn't going to have time, but I had already paid a deposit. So she was just like, he's going to do everything.
Right.
So she was like, I'll just do the painting. So I was like, cool. So that worked out fine. She gave me all of his contact information. He met me over there with her so I would be comfortable. It was a very amicable experience. Now, when it came to my fireplace, I told him like for the tile, I didn't want any of the tile it was marble. I didn't want any of the tile with the darker brown marble design in it because it was like brownish, grayish. I said you can use the marble tile with the gray, but none with the brown. And make sure you follow the pattern. But you know, men are dumb, right? Like, they just don't comprehend.
But this is his job.
So I'm so excited seeing it, like everything look good. And then I look at the line, I'm like, this got brown in it. I'm like, I hate it. So he put the grout, like it was grouted, it was dry. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And he left. And so I called my best friend and I was like, my fireplace is so ugly, like it got brown and see my like no, it was just wrong. So I was like, I'm not gonna worry about it. And then I called my mama crying. She like, oh Taylor, it looks good, like you're just making a big deal. So you know how sometimes you just can't call people when you're going through something,
because you want to complain. Yeah.
She's not the person you call. So I was like, you know what, I'm calling him because I don't like it. So I called him, and so I told him it's like a few pieces that need to, you know, be busted up, and you know, you need to retile it. So he was like, okay, what pieces? He was like, can you FaceTime me? So I said, yeah. So I FaceTimed him so he could see it. And then I'm like, oh, it's 17 pieces. So he like, 17? I might as well do the whole thing over. I said, you might as well. And so he came over with a sledgehammer, busted the floor up. And so he was like, can you lay out all of the pieces?
He looked sexy busting it up?
I didn't pay attention because I was still with Fed Bay.
Oh.
Yeah. So he busted up, and so he was like, can you number all the pieces that you want me to use and put in order since you want me to follow the pattern? I'm like, yes. I used some bright pink sticky notes, numbered them from 1 to 31. It took 31 tile pieces for my fireplace. How the hell did he miss some pieces with the number on it? Is beyond me, but it looked good. So I didn't complain. I took all the pieces that had an inch of brown, any inkling of brown in it, and put them in the kitchen like far away so he couldn't see it right. So He did my fireplace. And
It sounds like this man does not need to be doing contract work.
he does a good job. I think he just, I think he was a little smitten on me, or he had a pattern design in his head, and because it's his job, I think it was conflicting with me wanting to do his job, but because I don't know how to do it
the
was one of those
client
things.
is over. If I tell you I don't want
I'm
no
always
fucking
right,
brown in
but
my shit,
communication is not his strong point, and that's why it's a horror story.
clearly, because the fact that he had a whole fiance, I'm just scared to get to that part of the story.
So he did my fireplace for me, and then it was time for me to get my kitchen done. And he told me, he came over. I seen him like, no, I needed him to change all the outlets in my house. I had I didn't have like the 3-prong outlets. It only had like the 2 prongs.
Okay.
And so he changed them all, but all of the wrappers and the old outlets and stuff, he had like left them around. So I said, do you live by yourself? So he gonna say, no, why you say that? I said, cause you junky. Like you don't clean up.
He said no.
So.
Oh, Lord.
So I was like, oh, okay. So that was that. Then it was time. I told him, like, I want you to come over and do my kitchen. He said, okay. He gave me a price.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, send me an invoice, whatever. A few weeks had passed, and it was like close to the time that he was supposed to start my kitchen. The weekend before he started my kitchen, he sent me an invoice, and it was more than what the price he said.
Now, how that happen?
That's what I want to know. So I said, how did this happen? Like, and I would have still gave him the money, but he didn't justify why it was that price, and how did you go to a whole different price point than what we had just, said. So he said, well, I just added it all up, and, hell, I charge 100 or 175. Or no, he said I charge 75 to 100 per cabinet to hang. I said, well, if you knew that you charge this amount to hang a cabinet, and you knew I was getting 10 cabinets, that gave you a price point. So you don't know basic math. Or you could at least added that up on a calculator and say, okay, we starting here since I know you getting like 10 new cabinets. You feel me? So
again, George Bush is going to hell.
He is. And I'm going to tell you another thing, because he's not that bright. So that was a whole thing. So I ended up hiring this other guy to do my kitchen because,
amen. Thank
like, I'm
Lord.
not going to, you just wrong. This man effed my kitchen up. I had to sue him and everything, and then still had to call this man back. So I told myself, I'm not too prideful to admit that, my kitchen is a mess, blah, 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 blah. I need you to come back and fix it because it look a mess. So he was like, T, can I make it up to you? And I'm like, how? How you going to make this up? This floor laid, it was just a mess. So he was like, can I take you out? And I was
Who
like,
said that?
So he could be, right now he contractor bae.
This is fiance bae.
Yeah, but he's also
fiance. It's not bae. The man who fucked up the kitchen the first time.
No, he gone. He running from. He got a warrant out for his arrest. So if you see Aaron Wilson
for your kitchen,
yes, because he owed me the money and he just has not paid it. So if you see it, if you ever looking for somebody named Aaron Wilson, or they tell you they're gonna do a kitchen, don't hire him. He's a fraud. So for real, Aaron with 2 R's, ERRIN. So he came over. He was like, I want.
Who mama would spell Aaron with 2 R's?
With an E. It's like the girl version with a, with 2 R's. Like
this might be the worst story. Okay.
So you think so?
I think. I mean, you at least knew like Prison Bae and had a connection with him. And
that's true. You're right.
It's all kind of went south. This is a shit show.
It is.
No offense.
It is. And I'm still in it, wiping my own ass. So, but for real. So he like, can I make it up to you? And I'm like, how are you going to make this up? He was like, I want to take you to dinner. So I was like, no,
Come fix my kitchen for free.
Something. That's what you should have said. Do something. But he do little things around the house for free. So it ain't going to be no smoke. He told me that he was going to, like fix a lot of things, but we'll get to that. So he, what did he do? He was like, I want to take you out. Now, at the time, I wasn't really that attracted to him. Like, he wasn't my type. Mm-hmm. I like him stocky, thick neck, I like him big. Mm-hmm. He's not very small, but he's skinny. He's smaller than me. And Is he
tall?
No, he's about like 5'11". So I mean, that's taller than me, but I like him. I'm used to like 6'3", 6'4", big, thick neck, like stocky.
Where do y'all be finding these men? Because God don't be sending them my way.
I just grew up with them. I can't find them now. I'm looking for them. So that's why I got fiance # contractor back. So, or / whatever. So I said hashtag. So I say no, you know, and I'm still nah. So
now, are you still in communication with Prison Bay at this time?
Yeah, me and Prison Bay are like at our wits' end because he called me.
We fizzling out.
Yeah, we fizzling out because the first big argument we got in, he called me a B word. So that's like a no. So we fizzing out. He was gonna start. So I said, you know what, my kitchen messed up or whatever. I said, but we're gonna figure this out. You could do my bathroom. You can start on my bathroom. We'll figure this whole situation out because I was still waiting on the lawsuit for my kitchen.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm going to Hawaii. While I'm gone, you can do my bathroom. The vanity was on back order, so he couldn't do it. So I said, okay, well, we'll reschedule, whatever. No big deal. He was like, well, I still want to take you to dinner. So I was like, okay, let me give him a chance, you know, because since he gonna be around, I might as well. And he a nice guy, you know, whatever.
Not you playing the Snow Allegra song, I want you around.
Basically. So I was like, I might as well, whatever. So
did he get the math right on the bathroom estimate before?
He did.
Okay.
He was like, I don't want to have no problems like we had before, and then you're not happy. He was like, can we agree on this? Like, what's your budget? I said, it's not about my budget. Tell me your price.
Right.
Like, don't try to do me a favor. I mean, do me favors, but you know, don't try to make it seem like
the price is the price.
Yes, and I'm gonna pay it. You just got to be honest with it. Don't just
don't pull it out your ass.
Exactly. So, he comes over to hang a light in my dining room, and he's like, "What day is good for you for a date?" So I told him, "Well, I'm hosting my friends, on the 18th, so." It could be next weekend or the weekend after the 18th or whatever. No, I said it couldn't be the weekend after the 18th because that was Christmas. I said it could be that week or after the New Year. That's what I said. Mm-hmm. So he sends me reservations for dinner. And you know what date this man picked?
The 18th.
He picked the 18th.
God damn it.
So I clearly said that I'm hosting my friend, so that day is not going to work. So he like, oh, okay, well, I'll reschedule. Yeah, reschedule. So he was like, a couple of weeks have passed, then it's the New Year. So I was like, I said, are you rescheduling or like what's going on? So he like wasn't answering. I ain't hear from him. So I text him because now it's like we getting close to my bathroom. I'm like, are you alive? Like, what's going on? So he like, yeah, I'm good. I just got a lot going on. Okay, no problem. Spidey senses are not going off.
Y'all, my heart is racing because I feel like we're getting to the point now.
Yes. So Spidey senses aren't going off because it's just not clicking. We go on a date in March.
March?
Yes. So
March?
Yes.
We was in December.
In January, yes. It took him a minute to get his life together, I guess. Still, Spidey senses aren't tingling.
Yeah, because he in that honeymoon stage. Oh, Lord
right,
Jesus.
so Spidey senses not tingling. I let him take me on a date. Then I get to...
Did y'all go to a nice place at least?
Where did we go? The first date, no. We just went to Jacket Fork. We was chilling. Because I was over it. I just said pick somewhere. So we went to Jacket Fork. They
don't even have alcohol at Jacket Fork.
He's not really a drinker. Well, now I'm learning he's a liar. That's what he was. Or he wasn't. He was, I don't know. Because I'm still dating him. I'm still dealing with him. So.
Okay, so we went to Jacket Fork.
We went to Jacket Fork. We had a good time. He was like, I would love to date you again. I want to take her. So that same week we went to Roof Chris. And then where did we go? We went to town. We just went to a bunch of, we eat a lot and go to the movies. And so I said, do you got a passport? And so he was like, no. So I said, you should probably get one because I like to travel a lot. I travel with my friends, So he was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, get, like, for real, because you're not finna just be taking me out to eat into the movies. I like to go places. So, shit, I was like, and I got a wedding to go to in November. So, if you around, we going to Mexico. So, you need a passport. So, I get to the point where now I'm sleeping with him. So.
Is it good? That means no.
I don't know.
That means no. If it's not an emphatic yes.
Okay, so no. I'm not going to say it's terrible. I think I don't know what it is. I don't know if I don't think it's, I don't know if I just don't have like a real connection with him right now. I'm going through some things. Like, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I don't hate it. But like, it's not to the point where he got a beatbox on my girl or nothing. Like, she'll get there, but.
Now he got a beatbox.
Yeah, we ain't there yet. When he got a beatbox on her, that means he is just.
I mean, is he doing like foreplay?
So that's, I think that might be what missing. He just want to get into it. And I just be like.
I be telling these niggas, you got to warm it. It's like a car in the wintertime, baby. You got to.
Yes, a hoopty. Because I'm old.
Well, not even a hoopty. Like, my car got automatic start.
Okay, so that's, we need.
So you start 5 minutes before you go get into it.
Yes,
like,
I think that's what it is. He just be wanting to get into it. So I think that might be the issue. I'm going to talk to him about that. So.
Again, George Bush is going to hell for all the children he has left behind.
Yeah, so he is a left behind because in between Christmas, he is a left behind child because in between Christmas and the New Year, he bought me a Christmas present. And he did. And he was like, he asked me like, was I home? I'm like, no, I'm not home. He was like, okay, I'm going to leave you something on your porch or whatever. I want you to get it. So he got me some perfume and he was like, I said, oh, wow, that was so nice of you. He was like, yeah, when I smelted it, I knew it for you. And he spelled smelted, SMELTED. And at that point, I was turned off because intellect is a very big thing for me. And
you still gave him coochie after that?
I did. Months later, but I did. Raw at that. And so that's how we're going to get there. So... so here we are.
I'm about to lay my burdens down on the couch.
So,
okay.
We get into this is where it's juicy. So I'm giving him the goods with nothing, no umbrellas, nothing.
Was the first time around? This is the first time you gave him coochie and it was raw?
No, this is like the third.
Okay.
So a dummy. So I'm like, I laughed about it, and part of it's my fault because I was laughing. I was like, I'm ovulating. And, yes. And I was like, but no, So, I did take a plan B.
That was my next question.
I did. But I guess they don't work because I'm a big girl, so it don't really work. Or, I don't know. Maybe I took it too late, or I don't know. Actually, I could have taken it on time, but we did it again within. So, and the day before I was ovulating, then the day after I was ovulating. So, then of course I was late. And so I'm like, oh boy.
This is the worst. This is the worser story.
Okay.
I just want to let you know.
Well, maybe it don't feel worse because I'm still in it. In hindsight, it may be like, dang, I really put myself through the ringer. So I am late. And again, remember, Spidey senses never tingled about, why he went ghost or none of that.
And why he don't live alone.
Mm-hmm. So, I honestly have forgot that he didn't live alone. Because I had never been to his house because he's, always working at my house. So, or at this point he did live on because he had told me he was moving. And so he had canceled plans on Dom because he said he was moving. Yeah. So... And I did 2 and 2 never equaled 4 for me. Or always equal 4, not 5. So, so I was like, I'm late or whatever. So I said, let me, buy a clear blue just for shits and giggles. So I got the first box from Target. So I drank some, what did I drink? I drank a drink. I made me like a little margarita at home it was like it was a Taco Tuesday.
JG, if you listening, put the spooky sounds on.
So I drank it, and when you drink, and then I had drank a whole bunch of water. I'm waiting to get the urge to pee, and I could not pee, and I was like, "Come on, let me pee so I can pee on this stick." So I finally had to pee, and I was like, geek, because I just needed to get it out of my system. Mm-hmm. So when I peed on the stick, it said not pregnant. And I was like, "Ooh, thank you, Jesus." But it also had like the little error code on there. So I was like,
"Wait, what?"
Yes. So I was like, "Oh no,
not the
it's broke." So I got in the shower. I'm chilling. By the time I got the shower, knot was gone, and it said pregnant, but it still had an error. So I was like, "Oh fuck!"
I am about to throw.
So I called my best friend and I text my god sister who was pregnant at the time. I said, "Are these tests accurate? Like, let me know." So she said, "Oh, they accurate AF. You know, like this. You know what? Who got you pregnant? All of this." So I sent it to him, and I probably should have told him in a better way, but I just needed to. I need you to see this. Like, I was freaking out because like, what dummy? Like a dummy.
So wait, you never told him you were late. You just went and got the.
No,
pregnant.
I did tell him, but he was like, "Oh shoot, I'm about to be it." Like, that's not funny. That's not cute. And he has mentioned this should have been red flag number 1. He's older. He's 38. He doesn't have any kids, and his whole thing is he wants to have kids with somebody that doesn't have kids as well. So it's like he's a red flag, and I'm a big target.
I mean, that's not a terrible red.
That's
the
not
smelted part.
But no,
was
it
the
is
red
no.
flag.
That was the first red flag. That is a red flag because you're 38 years old, bro. You can't be a beggar out here.
I mean, you just can't be impregnating anybody. Yeah.
Well, but you can't. You also can't think that you're gonna be out here and not find a woman with children and you're 38. Like,
that's very true. Unless you're dating like young.